Go ahead.
Roman, what was the problem out there tonight? There's more goals than you've allowed all season, 3 in the first half. It looked like, how did it get away from you?
Yeah, it was, I would say, collective, not good enough. We had problems when they had a goal kick and they played a long ball, usually easy for us to defend. But this time today, we had a lot of problems and just like unusual, no pressure on the ball. You know, let the guys shoot, don't block, no blocking shot, and up front we just were not enough. Like I would say, just not. I would say, not deadly enough. The shots we had were most likely on the goalie, you know, easy saves, and the shots they had decent shots.
So they just took their chances much better. Opportunities that were there, they seized them.
Yeah, I mean, we let them, you know, take the chances, or just make something out of the chances they have. Because, like I said, we had no pressure on the ball. I don't know how many times they had a chance to shoot without somebody in front of him. I think, I don't know, the second goal. I think it was a second goal. Shot deflected from Tim. I saved it, and then again, the guy has the ball, has time to put the ball on this strong foot and just shoot without anyone there. That's I think that's one reason why we lost the goal.
And just what's the feeling within the team now, having been up against the wall, as it were, for elimination?
Of course, very disappointed, especially with the young guys. You know, they are looking for reasons why we lost the game now. But I'm always thinking about the next game, because nothing has changed. We want to win the next game, and then we go from there.
Hey Roman, it's been a long time since you guys clinched first place, since then there's the international break and the bye week and then the 2 games. Are you worried that the team might have lost some of its identity during that time?
No, I'm not worried. I'm just like, you know, everyone is obviously after this long season a little bit tired. You know, I feel it too, to be honest. So we just need now a good week. You know, a good week with a lot of intensity in the training sessions and just focus. And I'll definitely make sure that the players understand that, and I hope the coaches will do that too.
Joseph?
I mean, you talked a little bit about the younger guys looking for reasons. Do you think there is a little bit of benefit in them seeing this adversity early on in the playoffs?
Sorry, can you?
Do you think that, for the young players, do you think that there's a benefit from facing this adversity tonight?
I just think like players who are more experienced, like me, Tim, Jake. Now it comes down to us, you know, to put the right mindset, the right intensity in trainings, you know, and don't let anyone just now being so disappointed that they forget how to play, and like their head is full of thinking about what happened to tonight, you know, and thinking about, oh, was it good enough for me, or isn't that, you know, overthinking things. So we're going to make sure that we know nothing has changed now. We still want to win the next game, and we should forget about the game tonight.
Next we go to Sydney Hunt.
Hi, Roman, can you hear me?
Yep.
You kind of got mentioned early on, but it's very rare for you all to have given up 4 goals in the match. From a tactical standpoint, what were Sporting Kansa City doing differently that differed from other opponents that you have faced this season?
I think they did nothing special. It's just really comes down to us. We were not good enough tonight. You know, we knew what to do when they're going to play a long ball from the goal kick, but we concede a goal like this, you know, after a goal kick, and set pieces, throw-ins, quality-wise, we were just not good enough. You know, we were physical the whole season. We almost outworked every opponent. And now, like I said, everyone gets a little bit more tired, and now it comes down to quality. But today, the quality was just not enough, and that's I would not say Kansas did something spectacular or something special. It's just like we were not good enough.
Next we go to Andy Diosa.
Hey, hey Roman, you talk about intensity in practice, right? Coming this week in preparation. What was, I guess, preparation like coming into this game? Did you feel like it was the level it needed to be, or was that just something like you guys didn't perform at your best in it?
I usually, you know, I'm not always with the team. Sometimes I'm doing with Alex the goalkeeper stuff first. So in the goalkeeper group, the intensity is really good. Just then, what I can tell when they use us, you know, in the training, in the games and stuff. Sometimes it was just a little bit like, you know, I was young too, and then sometimes you think, yeah, okay, today I don't feel really good, but it doesn't matter because the game is on Sunday, so we still have time. And then it's just like, then after a game like this, you ask yourself, oh, what's the reason? And sometimes that happens, you know. That happened last week in the preparation of this game, and but I'm sure that the guys now will understand, you know, how you train, that's how you're going to play, and the game is just. It's just the reward for the work you put in during the week, you know, to prepare yourself. And it's difficult to change something on game day or during the game, how you're gonna feel or how you're gonna perform based on how you did in training.
Next we go to John Lupo.
Roman, do you feel like you were more disappointed in the way the team just made some defensive mistakes, or maybe with how good this team is offensively, maybe the lack of quality chances till it was maybe too late at the end when Joel got a couple of opportunities?
Yeah, I'm disappointed with my performance too. You know, conceding 4 goals is not good enough. So I'm disappointed with the whole team. You know, there's not one part you can say I'm more disappointed with. We didn't score enough goals. We conceded too much goals. So, like we were in the whole during the whole season, we are a team that attacks all together, attack all together, and we defend all together. And so it's really completely the whole team.
Go to Corey Miller.
Roman, you've kind of alluded to this so far, but how important is your role as captain heading into this do or die situation to get the team ready?
For me, it's new. You know, playoff situation is new for me. So I'm happy that I have Tim by my side, who's also like a guy who knows how to push the guys and find the right words. And but of course, the coaching staff is probably the most important. Then comes Tim and me. We're trying our best to prepare the guys head, you know, that they are now not overthinking things. And I would say it's an important position that Tim and I have. And yeah, we're just gonna try to do our best.
Got time for one more with Roman? We have one.
Roman, other than maybe like a couple minutes right after Tim scored, do you ever feel like you guys were in control of that game?
Yeah, before we conceded the first goal. I think this was similar to the game here against Seattle. You know, we had some good offensive plays and also chances. We had corners, free kicks. The crowd was going, you know, and you concede a goal, the same almost same like in against Seattle, and then we score, we come back, but yeah, it's just like, you know, we scored a goal, set piece, but at the end it was just not good enough altogether. You know, we need to keep our heads clear, and don't think too much about the result, because that's the result you can change. But if you have a mindset that is, oh my God, no, now we conceded a second goal, it's hard to change that, you know.
Roman, thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Thanks, Roman. Thank you.
You guys have a good night.
Thank you. Well, I gotta be back in there. I hate to see how they go.
Oh, no, thank you so much. Please.
Tim, their goals, especially in the first half, all from distance, guys with a lot of space. Defensively, kind of what went wrong?
Yeah, I think a couple of them came down to first and second balls that we weren't aggressive enough to step in and win. And then, yeah, I mean, when you're not closing the ball down from a certain distance, you know, they have good enough players to punish you. So I think we definitely felt the brunt end of that today.
And just looking at the way the last 3 games have gone now, lots of goals. Not, you know, what do you guys got to do to snap out of this?
Yeah, you know, I think as a group we have to really reset. You know, I think there's the good thing about this is now it's a 2-game series for us. You know, I mean, now we have to look at it as 2 games that we still have to win. So we have to, obviously we'll be in tomorrow, we'll look at film and stuff, we'll look at a couple of different things, but I think we really need to have a hard look at how we want to play together as a team going into this next game.
Definitely not something you want to focus on, but just kind of the irony of being the first regular season goal scorer in franchise history and the first postseason goal scorer in franchise history. Did you ever have that on your career goals?
No, definitely not. Thankful to get the goal to get us back into the game for a little bit, but I think, obviously disappointed that it didn't spark a little bit more for us.
And so I asked Carnell the same question, Coach Carnell, excuse me. When you think about next week, is it tactical changes or is it really just execution that could get you over the line?
Yeah, I mean, in my eyes, I think it's execution. I think it's execution and just giving 10% more. You know, I mean, you look at it now. I mean, next week is do or die. You know, no questions about it. I mean, we have to win that next game, and we have to bring the 3rd game back to City Park. So for us, that extra effort, that extra bite, whatever you want to call it, I think we need to bring that.
So you're one of the most experienced players on this team. You've always been through a playoff run, but how are you guiding the newcomers who haven't been through this type of process before?
Yeah, you know, it's tough because there's a lot of them, but you have to try to encourage everyone through the process. You know, even right now, fortunately, I think the best part is that it's not aggregate. You know, we don't have to worry about the aggregate side of things. So right now, like I said, it's kind of just focusing on this next game and trying to bring that 3rd one back here.
Hey, Tim. Coach Carnell pointed out the possession. You guys had the ball more than you normally did. Can you describe how that affected the overall game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Kansas City was okay with us having the ball to a certain degree. I think at moments we want to be on the ball and we want to be able to be good on the ball, but we also want to be able to threaten, and I don't think we were threatening them enough. And that's where you kind of see we're giving the ball away in bad areas, and that kind of punishes us. So when we have the ball, we have to still stick to kind of putting the game on our terms, and I think we have to do a better job of that too. Thank you.
Julie?
Obviously, it was a really tough result tonight, but how much hope does it give you guys to know that this is a team that you guys can be and have beat comfortably before?
Yeah, you know, I think yeah, I mean, the locker room knows that we've beaten this team before, so there's definitely hope in that aspect for sure.
And is it, kind of talked about before, but is it harder that you guys have played them so many times before, right? And then you have to play them potentially a fifth and then a sixth time again?
Not necessarily. I think there's not much for us to do scouting wise. I think we know who we're going to play against. We know what we're going to get. Like I said, it just comes down to execution and that little bit of effort. And I mean, especially in the playoffs, you have to be willing to give a little bit more. And I think that I felt that they gave a little bit more than we did tonight.
Next we go to John Lupo.
Tim, it seemed like on the first couple of goals, since you're talking about execution, that you gave them maybe a little bit too much space to work the ball and getting good positions. Did you see it the same way, or was it something different that allowed them to get those chances and score those goals?
Yeah, kind of like I said, I think just not winning the first and second balls, and then that kind of puts us in a little bit of a weird spot positionally when they're able to switch the field, and then we're recovering backwards and trying to reset our press in a different way. So I think winning those first and second balls, being aggressive to start off with, definitely will put us in a better position.
After you scored the goal to tie and the stadium's buzzing, and is that one of those key moments where you guys have pulled, tied the game, you're right back in it, and they come down and score? There's like a turning point in the game right there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I think obviously we always believe that we can. We're a good team from behind, so I feel like we can find ways to get back into games. But when we get the momentum that we got and then we give it away, it's a little bit it's a little bit deflating. But we have to be able to fight through those moments, especially within playoffs.
Mm-hmm. And just so we could appreciate it, what was it like out there between the rain and the cold and the fans? What was it? How did it feel out there?
Yeah, I mean, it felt like a playoff game. It really did. I think the fans were incredible tonight. The weather played exactly how I thought it would. I mean, it made the field really nice. The ball was moving good, and yeah, it felt like November soccer, which is you like to be playing in November for sure.
And you think this team getting through this and coming back out, this morale-wise or whatever, this is something that can be dealt with?
Yeah, of course. I don't question the morale of the group or the attitude or the fight of the group at all. I think it's just realizing moments in games when we can really put our foot on the gas or when we have to kind of regroup and do things as a unit. And I think that those are the kind of things that, especially in the playoffs, make or break you.
Tim, thank you for joining us. Appreciate your time.